Her name was Ochanya. She was barely 10 when her innocence was stolen by people she trusted. For years, she carried what no child should. And by 13, her small body gave way. When I think about the Ochanya story, I don't just see abuse or injustice. You know what else I see? I see a culture that normalizes silence, one that is steeped in shaming. You see, culture doesn't start in courtrooms. It starts at home, with us, the parents, the uncles, the neighbors. It starts with the people shaping the next generation. So I choose to talk about the Ochanya story through this lens of culture of shaming and silence. What broke Ochanya wasn't just the abuse. It was a mindset that allowed it to thrive. The silence of adults who looked away. The silence of a society that shames girls for speaking up or that shames the victims. And this one, the silence of families that protect reputation instead of their children. What a shame. Even in death, justice eludes Ochanya. The wife of the abuser was sentenced, while the men, father and son alike, who violated her walk free. What an injustice. And shame on that judge. But can we really expect justice from systems built by the same culture that excuses the offense? That's why change has to start at home. It has to start with us, the family unit, the parents. So let's create something different. Let's create a culture where mistakes don't define our children's worth, where truth matters more than family image, where we prioritize our children's safety above all else. A culture that raises voices, not silences them. A culture where children feel safe to speak up without fear of judgment or shaming. You see, when a child learns shame too early, it destroys their voice. They just become silent. They stop speaking, even if their life depended on it. They will not say a word. Ochanya's story shouldn't just break our hearts. It should wake them up. It should be a wake-up call. A wake-up call for us to do better. And speaking of wake-up calls, I'm reminded of Michael Jackson's Man in the Mirror song. You remember that? I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. When you look in the mirror, who do you see? Not the judge, not the police. You see you, and change starts with you. So let's start there. Make that change. Because when each of us does our part, it creates a ripple that shapes a generation ready to lead with compassion and integrity and not shame. The generation that will be judges tomorrow. Ochanya's parents deserve justice and they deserve healing. Healing that comes from grace, not from shame. So let's extend healing to them by giving them justice. But as necessary as justice for Ochanya is, we must crave lasting change, and it becomes with shifting the culture that keeps creating more Ochanyas. Let's honor Ochanya by being the change our culture needs. Thank you for listening, and until next time, let's shift the culture together. Bye-bye.